Good morning, my lovelies. Well, I am so excited about this. I cannot tell you. I literally have just received this today. It is the new showcase from Tonic, and it is the Cuckoo Clock. And I can't tell you, I have got so many ideas already flooding in my head with this die set. I mean, there is so much in here, and if you do have the other houses from Tonic, these are all going to mix and match. I haven't had a play yet. I'm going to go away and have a really huge play with this, but look at the amount of dies you're getting in this set. Just look at that. I mean, the weight of these dies alone, you really are getting a massive variety. So I'll just go through them. Look at this little gate. Look at that, so cute. You've got your roof, obviously. The detail on this, look at the fillet. It's a beautiful detail on this birdhouse. I can't wait to wear this. I'm so excited. You've got your little, now what are these called? This is going to be your chime. Well, that's what I'm looking at it as. This is going to be your little chime. Oh, I can't wait to get to work on this. And you've got, these are panels, obviously, for your, I think they're your roof panels. So you've got a couple of choices there. So you've got the same sort of filigree that is on the front, or the two sides of the birdhouse. And then you've got this one here, which has got the little brickwork on there. Oh wow. And then we've got our little windows. One of those obviously cuts into it, so if you wanted to, you know, there's no cutting. I don't think there's any cutting edge on that. I will have a look at it. I will have a look and have a real good play. But look, here is your clock. So that's your little clock there. And then you've got your little hands. Can you, let's bring that right in. Can you see that? Look at the little hands. They're like little twigs, aren't they? You've got one traditional clock hands, but then you've got ones that look like they're either leaves or like a little twig. I love those. They're so cutesy. And obviously you get your little birds here, but there's so much you can do with this set. So I am going to go away. Look at this. This is lovely. So we've got some windows as well in there. We've got a lot of choice here. Look at that. Look at the little leaf. Where are we? Look at that. Very autumnal as well, isn't it? And these lovely, beautiful, where are we? Let's get those in shot. Beautiful, real intricate work on these dies. I mean, really intricate. These are beautiful. I absolutely love these. You see, because these are the kind of things that are versatile on many different projects. You see, all these lovely branches with the leaves, you can use them for so much. So already, and here we've got the other ones here. Already I'm looking at this. Look at that stag. So you've got even a stag here as well. I mean, this is this is so versatile, your little leaf. Right, what I'm going to do, and look at the tree. You know, again, you can turn these into Christmassy bird clocks. Right, I'm too excited. I am going to go away and I am going to play with this to my heart's content. I'm going to be such a content bunny, and I will come back and I will show you how to construct it. And also, I've already got a really lovely idea of maybe making a nice stand for this and having it as a I know it's a clock, but you could have this also as a birdhouse, couldn't you? This is a clock, it's a birdhouse, it's a gingerbread house. There are so many things now, ideas flooding through my head. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you all the samples that I've made. And I will also show you a tutorial of how to just put this together. So basic tutorial of how to put this together. And I will show you all my makes. And again, once this is released, I will extend, okay, I will extend the tutorials, but I am now going to go away and have a play. So look out for my next video of the showcase, and this is the Cuckoo Clock. Okay, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Good afternoon, my lovelies. Well, as you can see, I've been playing around with this, with the showcase, with the Cuckoo Clock showcase. Now, for my first project, I thought I'd do something a little bit different because I thought maybe you might have some tutorials out there already of the Cuckoo Clock, but I will come and do that as my second tutorial, okay? But when I saw the set, when I saw the showcase, I have to say I automatically thought, oh look, birdhouse, you know, that was my first initial thought. And then obviously we can see the clock. We've got the cuckoo clock there. So I'm going to do the cuckoo clock as a second project, but the basically putting it together is the same. It will be the same both ways. You've got two sort of separate dies, and I would say this is more the cuckoo clock, and this one to me is like a little birdhouse, right? I have to also just say, and I'm going to come back and do that as a project, these are like little bags. They're like little bags, and we can make those into little bags, little party favours. Certainly they'd be fantastic for Easter. If you've got somebody who's a handbag fan, I'm going to come back and do that. Right, I also have to say as well, the intricacy of these dies. But let me just show you, they are so beautiful. And to stencil and make cards with these as well. I just want to quickly show you before I start, just the intricate work that has really gone into these. Look at those. I mean, the detail, you know, it's like a deboss. The deboss detail, where are we, in those is amazing. It's so beautiful. And the cutouts as well. Just the way, let me just show you the way they cut out. It leaves a beautiful, now I'm not going to find one, am I? It leaves this beautiful outline. I'll show you the bird. On all of them it does as well. Can you see that beautiful outline that you get? These would make fantastic cards. They really, really would. And they're fantastic for stenciling as well. So I just wanted to show you that. This is such a versatile kit. It really is. Right. I have cut all my pieces out, as you can see. Okay, so this is what you're going to need. Obviously dependent on what decoration you're doing. I've paper pieced mine. You might not want to paper piece yours. You know, the decoration is entirely up to you. But that's really what you need. These we're going to stick on afterwards, but these are the components, okay? And your roof that you are going to need to build the clock itself. Obviously this is a house, but principles are exactly the same. Right, these side pieces I'm going to leave out till afterwards. The roof and the these parts of the roof have to go on afterwards as well. This is your roof. These are your top parts. So can you see where it's cut? There's like a cut edge. That's where the top of the roof sits, this side, okay? So just remember, those are your top parts of your roof. Right, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our pieces. Now, if any of you, oh, I forgot to fold my edges. Let's just fold my edges. If any of you had the original gingerbread house, the principles are exactly the same as the gingerbread house. And I haven't really checked yet, but I would guess there may be some things, if you do have that set, that will go with this really nicely. Now, my recommendation on this is use wet glue. It's just a recommendation, dependent on what paper card you're using. If you're using a pearlescent card, definitely go for wet glue, okay? This is your top part, your roof, and this is your bottom part. You get two panels. Dependent on what you're going to do at the bottom, you're not going to need one of these for the house, for sure. But we are going to be cutting, in fact, I won't go into the cuckoo clock yet. I will do a completely separate tutorial on that one, okay? Right, right, here we go. So, let's just take our first bit of glue. And I really would recommend that you use, it's a recommendation that you use wet glue. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to pop, and I'm going to go slowly today because this is going to be my sample, okay? This is one of the samples. So we're coming in here and we're lining this middle piece up. In fact, just checking. Must make sure you're lined up. Go slowly with this, okay? Let me take this. I'm going to burnish this on because I've used tape, and I am going to go very slow for you. I'm not going to rush this one at all. So, but that's where we're going to put our first piece on, right? We're then coming over to our second piece. So exactly the same principles, remember, as the gingerbread house here, but just making sure you're level. I'm actually finding it better doing it this way because I can level up these two lines here. Before I completely push down, I can just bend this up and just check I am flush, okay? Just check I am flush, right? Just a bit there, right? You see what I mean? And now I'm going to burnish this on. I mean, it is up to you. I absolutely love this kit. I really, really love this showcase. I can't tell you, I absolutely love it, right? So then you've got that. We then move on to our next piece, okay? Again, we're lining all these up. We're doing it this way. This is the best way to do it. I haven't found another way yet, but to be honest, I have been playing about so much with these. I haven't really, this is the way I have done it, as I have had the gingerbread houses, and I know that that is the way they go on. So again, just checking, and I'm going slowly with this, making sure I'm all lined up, because you do need to take your time on this one. Do not rush it, okay? Do not rush it, right? So that is how we're putting it on, okay? So we're now going to bring this one up to meet its back part of the house, okay? And again, we're coming in. It's a little bit awkward. Just going to bend that up a bit, but not too much. And we're going to line this up. Again, I am stressing, take your time on this, okay? Don't rush this. It's very, very important not to rush this part, because this is going to determine how neat your house is, okay? Getting those edges really lined up with each other, okay? Now, that's what we've got, okay? That's what we've got. Now, I do, because we need to fiddle about with the bottom part, the roof is next, okay? That's next. So we're going to pop, I haven't bent this yet. Maybe should have just given that a bend a bit first before, but we're fine, we're fine. So I'm going to do the roof, this side of the roof next. Again, I'm taking this very, very slowly for you, really slowly, and you need to do the same, okay? Just make sure everything is straight and neat, not rushing at all, especially as I'm now using tape. Just bend the inner bits, just bending these tiny little bits in. It's very important, okay? So we're now bringing this up and over, okay? And then again, bringing this up and over, okay? Just making sure I'm nice and straight. This is probably the first time you've heard me be quiet. Okay, I'm just burnishing these in at the sides, because obviously I've used red tape. So I want to make sure it's a nice neat fit. Okay, now you've got these two little tabs. Just bend that one back first. Now this has to come over, okay, and slot in. Can you see that? They slot in. Now, no real I'm just thinking maybe to do that first. Right, let's take our tape off both sides. Okay, let's just take our tape off. There we go. Tape off. Come on, little tape. My favourite red tape. Okay, really push the corners in. Okay, really burnish those right in. Okay, just these corner bits in the corners. Now, because we have to pop this in here, I think it's probably best to do that first. As difficult as it is, come on, because obviously we've got now our tape. Ooh. But it does help. Do you see? It just lines those up. Can you see? Just lines those up. We can just go in the bottom, right? Just with a little tool and just line that roof right up to the edge. Okay, line that roof right up. Okay, and then we can go in and burnish it, right? Then we can burnish that, right? And then we've got our nice top. Now don't worry too much about that because we've got a lovely roof to go on the top of this. So now we're going to take some wet glue and just stick our tabs down, and that's going to reinforce on the tabs. Let me see, just inside the tabs. That's just going to just reinforce our lid. Just make sure that it's, you know, it's really, really stuck down. Okay, just looking to see how we're doing for time, because you know me, I always like to add a little something extra. So that's going to come at the end. So now we can just keep our fingers on there. See how this is really coming together, right? It's really coming together, and how easy it is. It is so easy. Obviously, excuse me, obviously it depends, you know, how you're going to decorate this. You will decide. That's where the time is on these, and we've got lots of lovely intricate little pieces to work with on this, so you can do as you wish. Now we've got our two tabs here, haven't we? And then we've got our two. Now one of these you're not going to need. I'm just thinking on it, I probably should have cut one off first. Okay, that was a really silly mistake. Okay, that was very silly of me. So you should have come in and cut one of these off, but hey ho. We're going to now I'm just going to take my time with this. Okay, I'm going to come in. Okay, let's chop one of those off. I'll sort that out at the end. Okay, now let's just for the moment leave this as it is. Let's just not mess about. So I'm going to have to take some of those off and just leave that as it is. Just got to come in and just take that. So yes, make sure you cut one of those off first, especially if you're doing this, because this is all going to end up, for my project, it's going to all end up being stuck down. It will depend. If you want to put tea lights in here, obviously you can put tea lights in here. If you're going to make these all see-through, do you see, if it's going to be a sort of see-through box. Mine is not. Mine is going to be a little birdhouse. But you could at this point, you could have cut into I've just had my windows like that, can you see, on both sides, but you can cut into them. The whole thing can be see-through. You can have a little bird inside there. I didn't have a little bird to put in there, but I've had a bird, I certainly would have done that. Right, let's move on to the roof. Okay, so now we've got our two lovely panels to come. Now I've done both. I've put tape on and I've put wet glue on. Right, so let's get this moving a little bit now. Okay, so I'm just going in with glue. Okay, I'm being very slow today because this is a sample and I want this to be really perfect. Now remember what I said, make sure that this part is on the top of your roof because it's just slightly cut down. Okay, and then now we're going to position that on here. Okay, position that quite neatly on the side. In fact, I didn't need to put glue all the way down, so I would say use wet glue with this. Okay, because I didn't need to put underneath here, but it doesn't matter, just use wet glue. Right, and then the other side of the roof goes on next. Every part of this as well has been reinforced, so I've doubled up, okay? Remember, I've doubled up with this. So when I've cut, I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Let's just get this lovely roof on, okay? Again, making sure it's lined up that part to the top, okay? And then we're just going to, you must make sure this is nice and level, okay? Really make sure it's nice and leveled up here, and then go for the stick, okay? Go for the stick. Just gonna give it a little bit of a waiting time, right? Nice bit of waiting time on this. Really take your time, everyone. That's them going nice and slowly. Well, you can see I've been cutting out, look, lots of these lovely, the ivy, which I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute. So now we've got our little roof, okay? Got our lovely little roof. Now, you can put your roof on, or you can leave your roof. It's entirely up to you, but it does make up for a better finish, okay? So I'm going to put my roof on, and I'm going with, where are we? I'm going in with nice bit of glue here. Okay, nice glue. Really get that wet. Okay, and we're just popping this at the top, okay, and nice and neat. And then we have our two, the front part, top part, see the front and the back, okay, and they will go on last. And this is where you've got all of your lovely finishing touches here. Just keeping an eye on the time with this one, okay. So we've got our lovely finishing touches now to come on, and this goes on the front. That's why you want to do your roof first, okay, so you can really position that well. Now with these, I'm just going to wait for that to just set in a bit. I just want to show you, I have drop shadowed those. Can you, I don't know if you can, let me give you, just drop shadowed, can you see? Just on the roof. So I've backed that with the grey and just drop shadowed it, because I just think it gives it that little bit added extra. See, it just does, doesn't it? It gives it a little bit more. It's these tiny little things that give it, you know, a really nice finish, okay? So again, I'm going in with glue, and we're nearly done. So really, this is how it's going to be constructed, either or, which way. You know that you can intricate cut it, you can have it a nice see-through, you can put lovely lights in here, but generally that is the way. It just is a little bit different when we come to do the, where are we now? I'm just concentrating here because I want to get this really neat to the top, okay? That's why it's really important to get a nice bit of wet glue on this, because you really want a nice finish on it, okay? Just concentrating. But yes, the principles are the same whether you're doing it. It just is when we come to do the hanging these sort of chimes, and there is a little bell in here as well. So you've got a hanging bell and hanging chimes, and we are going to make ours swing, okay? Because you know I don't do things by halves, right? We're going to make ours swing. So that's one side. Okay, now we're going on to the next. I mean, this showcase, although you'll look at it and you know, obviously it's a cuckoo clock, it's like I say, so many things you can do with it, and there's lots of pieces in here, lots of different dies to use. And if you've got, you know, if you're a stamper, if you like your stamping, okay, just again leveling this up, making sure we're going on nice and straight and neat, okay, nice and neat and straight. Don't want any overhang on this, just have to, that's why it's important to use wet glue for this part. Really use your wet glue here, because you do need that wiggle room. Sorry, I'm going quite slow, as you will do too, especially if you've spent a long time paper piecing, okay? which I have. This is taken, oh, I don't know what the time is now, 2:15. Been at it since 9 this morning. Oh, the fun and joy when you're crafting, right? Okay, so now there we go. So we've got our lovely little drop shadow on our little roof there, and there we have it. Okay, so that is, oh, let's just pop our sides on. I just want to show you, I used the stencil. I mean, I've done a little window here, but look, I've used the stencil. I've stenciled through, I say the stencil, where I cut out the ivy, yeah? I just used it as a stencil on the side because I think that looks so pretty. And we're going to use the intricate panels on the cuckoo clock, okay? So this one, I just thought, you know what, I quite like the idea that you can use, you know, use the die cutouts as stencils. It does, they look really lovely. So just positioning that on now. That's why we didn't put those on the, you know, put the side panels on at the end, especially if you're using the little windows. So intricate. Look at the little hearts on them. They're so pretty. They really are so pretty. And then one more, and then that is the decoration done. Okay, so that is basically how you put one together. And not as this is going to be a birdhouse. I know I keep repeating myself. We are going to come back to the cuckoo clock because there's so many things that can be done with the cuckoo clock. So it's going to be a little bit more, just concentrating, sorry. It's going to be a little bit more work, and we've got, right, I'm not going to keep going on, but I've found a way to make these swing. I'm not sure if they were supposed to swing, okay, or not. But I have found a way, these are little pieces that I'm talking about, right? If you're wondering, I've made a little bell, okay? I've made a little bell out of it. Just put that on, just in case it's difficult to see in my hands. Better to see on a different coloured card. Those are the bits I'm talking about for the cuckoo clock. And I don't think they were supposed to, they weren't made to swing, but I found a way to make them swing. I also thought to myself, you know those little pocket watches, the tiny little pocket watches, I bought a couple just to see for myself if we're going to be able to actually put a little clock in there, and I think we will. Right, so that is our little house, okay? That's our little, I'm calling it a birdhouse. So that's our house done. But, you know, I don't do things by halves. I'm going to quickly show you this, okay? I'm making a stand for mine, okay? Now, if you have the original Cutesy, what's this? Oh, sorry, Cutesy Blooms Square Kaleidoscope box lid and base set. If you have those, then that's what I've used. But do not fear, never fear, I will do something to do the boxes. But let me just show you how we make the stand, okay? Because we're making a little bird stand for it, right? Now, is this going to be a nightmare to try and get this in here? No, it's not. Let's just move you out the way. I'm just going to quickly show you very, very quickly, okay? So, there's my template. Here we go. So, what we're going to do, just to make this square stand, we're going to go down at one, A4 piece of cardstock. We're going to go down at 1, and then we're going to move up 4 every time. So 5, okay? 9, okay? 13, 17, okay? Then we're going to turn this over, okay? Now you can make it shorter, but let me just give you my, oh, have I done that correctly? Just want to check I've done that correctly. Yes, I have. So we're going to come in at 4, right? We're going to come down at 18 and 22, okay? So that is it. If you want to make the stand shorter, if you don't want it as tall as that, then just bring this down a little bit in the middle, but your end part will always be 4 centimeters, okay? So that is how you make the stand. If you do have the base set, then you know you're laughing, but don't worry, I will come back, okay? So just to show you how to cut that down very, very quickly, and then I'll move on to just creating it, and then I will show you at the end what I've done. So this we do not need, okay? This part we don't need, this bit, a little bit of waste, okay? So that's what you get left with. Can you see that? And all we do to make the base, okay, is we are going to cut our tabs. Remember, we're making little, well, one tab we've got, okay, at the end. So this is the part you're taking off, and then you're coming in here, taking that off and making a little ridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, you need to cut one of these off. That's right. You get 5, and you only need 4. Sorry, my fault. I'm just rushing a bit, but I will come back and do this again. Do not worry. Let's just move that up. We're just cutting that extra piece off. So there's 2 cuts off of that one. You only need 4. Okay. Just showing you that you only need 4. Okay, so we're just going to come and finish cutting these. So all down the sides, you're going to cut these into little squares. I would keep all of them on. Okay, don't take any of them off. Keep them all on. It makes for a much better, nice rigid base. Okay. Don't want this to be too long. Okay, so that is what you get. Where are we? See that? Okay. So we're just going to go in, fold all our lines, okay, very, very quickly make this, come on, my line doesn't want to go, come on, there we go. So just going to bring a little bit of glue in it, just show you how to put this together very quickly, and then I'll come off, and we're going to decorate this. This is why I've got all these lovely intricate pieces, because I think they really needed to be shown off. Okay, just bring that down. So fold that down, bring this over, and there we go. Stick that down, okay? I'm speeding through this now because I didn't want this to be too long, and I don't want to take it away from, we've literally got about 3 minutes, okay? So all you're going to do is pop your glue, do it quickly, one there. I will come back, extend this tutorial for you, okay? Make sure your lines are nice and folded, and then go in with a tool, anything that you've got, flatten that out at the bottom, okay? Then again at the top, don't push this lid part too far down, okay? Do not push it down. 1, 2, again, 3, 4, right? That is how you make your lid. Now I've gone very quick on this. You're going to do yours much neater than mine, okay? You're going to go nice and slowly, fold those lines in properly, and then there you have our stand. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our stand in. I've already done the bottom one, right? I've already done this one. So I'll just come in and do this one very quickly, okay? Now again, you know me, I like glue. I love glue. I prefer it. I think it just gives a much better hold on these, rather than, oh, sound a bit croaky, sorry, rather than tape, okay? So we're just going to bring those in, and this is the bottom part of our thing. So we want that really tight, okay, nice and tight on the bottom, and then on the top breathing room, okay? And then all we're going to do, just moving in, I'm just aware of time. I promise you, once these are all launched, okay, once they're all launched, I'm going to come back and do some extended tutorials on them. I'm just aware of space on my phone, okay? I've got a few projects, right? I have a few projects. tight at the bottom. Okay, now I'm just coming in with this one, folding it down, and this one again, remember we're going for a loose lid. Okay, nice loose lid. Okay, 1, 2, I'm working quite quickly. Oh, come on. Now, come on, there we go. So a little bit of a loose top. I have used tape on the top of this, but I've done it for speedy purposes, okay, because of time. But again, please use wet glue, okay. You don't have to, but the thing is, when you're leaving room for your lid, you do get, it's not going to matter because we're going to cover it up anyway, you do get a little bit of, you can see the tape. Do you see what I mean? You can see the tape, and you don't want to see the tape, okay? So that is my top, and that is my bottom, okay? And all I am going to now do is run some nice wet glue along the bottom. Now I haven't closed those lids up yet on those. I will do, but I'm going to weight this down, okay? So we're just centering this in the middle roughly. We're not worried too much about where it is. This is all going to be decorated with all these beautiful, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. We'll just wait for this to sort of set in a bit, just dry a bit, just checking that's all straight, okay? And then some glue at the top. This is why I think before I stick these down, I'm going to weight them, okay? I'm going to put some weight inside them. I'm going to have to stand up for this and look down. I'm just going to bring this just to me. I do apologise, but I cannot see. Otherwise, I cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, so again, just bringing this down, and it does need a little bit. There we go. I promise it's going to be nice once it's weighted down. Okay, once it's weighted down. Spent quite a bit of time on this. Let's turn it over. Actually, it's easier doing it that way, isn't it? Because then we can make sure that we're really neat and straight on it, aren't we? So yes, turn it over. You'll see it in a minute. Okay, but yeah, I think I will weight it, right? I'm just having a look to see how neat that is at the top. I think I will weight this, okay? Just make sure we are straight on here. Just checking it every corner, okay? Can you see? Oh, you can see now, can't you? That's better. Right, that's better. So probably a bit of tape on this. This is really going to need, you know, some persuasion, okay? All right, I've got 2 minutes. So now we've got a bird stand, okay? Let's show you this way, and then you can see. So now that's better. We're going to glue. We've got a little bit of a pop here. It just needs pressure on it, okay? We're going to pop our bird stand. Isn't it pretty? How pretty is that? That is just such a pretty die set, isn't it? So I will go away and photograph this, but obviously you're not going to want to see me sticking things on. This now is up to you, okay? This is all up to you now, right? How you want to decorate yours. But we're going to use all these beautiful ivy leaves now to decorate these all the way down, okay? We're going to use our ivies. Isn't that going to look beautiful? And then I'm just going to bring in a clock, okay? I've got to just make the clock. It's kind of the same as this, and we're going to pop that in the middle as well. So you will see the finished product when I send this off to Tonic, but how beautiful is that? It's just an absolutely beautiful set, okay? So this is project 1, and I'm calling this the clock birdhouse, okay? We're calling this the clock birdhouse, and I'm going to come back and I'm now going to show you how to make the cuckoo clock. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, this will be available when it is launched for the Tonic Showcase, and you'll be able to pick that up from there, from the Tonic official website. I shall link it down in the bottom. Again, I've had so much fun doing this, and I will see you again for my next project, which is the cuckoo clock. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.